11 Sports and For the Fans welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Just a few miles outside the Big Easy in Houma, Louisiana, it is the SFL playoffs. It's the quarterfinals as we are set for a matchup between two high-powered offenses looking to get to the semifinals for Season 15. It's the Vancouver Legion traveling to Louisiana to take on the Louisiana Revolution. Chris Curtis, Gerald Giudice in the broadcast booth. Welcome in to those of you on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Thank you for making us a part of your afternoon delight as we are ready to go in Louisiana for a right to play. I believe it is going to be the Sioux Falls Sparrows in the next round of the playoffs for the winner of this matchup. Gerald, how you doing?
Doing fine, Curtis. Thank you for being my play-by-play guy. It's gonna be an interesting. It's gonna be an interesting thing here to see if Louisiana, particular Streeter, Bennett, and the rest of the guys can shake off the rust of having a bye week. With Vancouver Legion coming in on a roll with that humongous 23-point comeback against the defending champ Atlanta Swarm. So we'll see what happens here. Coming up, I expect a great offensive game.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun. A really high over-under for total points in this football game. As you take a look there at Tom Pepper, he is ready to go along with the rest of the Vancouver Legion crew, as we'll have the game for you in just a moment. The Crowd Play Game of the Week for these SFL playoffs as well. When you get a chance, definitely get over to the app stores on Android and iOS. Download Crowd Play for a chance at a share of $1,000. We have football on the horizon for you in just a moment. And the football is on the tee, and we're ready to go. Louisiana is going to receive the ball for the first time. And we're set. The quarterfinals about to get underway. The other matchup saw Sioux Falls moving on, and we are ready to go from the 7-yard line, return to the 20. And there's a ball on the ground already. No way. Did Vancouver recover that right away?
I believe number 90 recovered it for Vancouver. So
yep.
An early turnover for Louisiana.
Unreal start for the special teams unit for Vancouver. They immediately get the football in a scoring position after a fumble on the return. Not ideal under any circumstances for Louisiana on their home turf.
Oh, definitely not. That's not how you want to start the game by putting the ball on the ground. A big opportunity for Vancouver here to come in here and silence this crowd very early in this ball game.
Tom Pepper on the field early, 2 to the right, one in the backfield for him. 4 on the defensive line from the 22-yard line, or 26-yard line, sorry. That's thrown and caught, and it's going to be a 6-yard completion off to the right for Vancouver. The Vancouver players look like this. The offense, Tom Pepper and Robert Redford, your quarterback running back duo. Wide receivers, Nick Finch, Brett Killian, Rich Pratchett, your wide receiver trio. Tight ends, James Walters and Dan Daly. And your tackles, Nate Hall and Mike Newtones. As the offense getting ready early to possibly put some points on the board on this 2nd and 4. Offset I formation, handoff to Redford, and he's going to go nowhere. He'll get dropped in the backfield, make it 3rd and 7.
Big number 76, Booth, are gone up here at the tackle. But what a start here for the Vancouver Legion. Getting some luck of the green there with that early fumble.
2 to the right, 2 to the left, 1 in the backfield. This will be a chance for Pepper to throw. Thrown right side. That one's picked off right away. 2 turnovers in 2 drives, and we're not even a full minute into this football game, it looks like, as it is 1st and 10 for Louisiana.
Solomon Hood coming up with a big interception right there. So no harm, no foul for the Louisiana Revolution. This secondary is a ball-hawking secondary, as you see, with Arthur and Hood being the only teammates to have 2 pick-sixes in the season.
See what Louisiana can do. Johnny Pickler on the field. 1st and 10 from his own 22. That'll be a handoff to the right-hand side. Reggie Streeter goes nowhere. It will be a loss of 1. It's 2nd and 11. The rest of the offense looks like this. It is Johnny Pickler, Reggie Streeter, Saren Storm, Chase Earl, and Mike Twinscrew, your 3 wide receivers. Tight end, B.E. Robo. And guards, it is Leonard Butler Sr. and Rudy Roy Dunn, your other big man in the middle on the offensive line for Louisiana. Offset I formation. Handoff Streeter again. He's going to get chased out of the backfield. He's going to break a tackle and actually turn that into positive yardage somehow. He gets to 3rd and 9. It's 3rd and long now for Louisiana.
Drew Hamilton, the Vancouver Legion leading tackler, coming in with 111 for the season with the first 2 stops on Reggie Streeter. That's going to be the key here for Vancouver, is if they can contain Reggie Streeter and not let him go off like he's been doing all season.
Close to 500 yards over the next closest in total yards rushing this season. Split back formation for Pickler. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Pickler looks to throw. That's caught. Trying to move the chains. He's not going to get there. It'll be short of the first down. That's not the way they wanted that to go at all. Chase Earl a little bit short, and they'll have to punt it away.
Great gang tackle there by number 21, Kyler Murray, and number 33, D. Maddox, who I think had the biggest play in that playoff win last week. Got pick 6 at the end of the first half. It really changed the momentum of the game. So great stop there by the Vancouver Legion defense.
Punting unit on the field. Punter lined up at his own 15. He'll move forward and nearly get it blocked. That was close. I can hear you over there. To the 35-yard line and return to the 40-yard line on the nose. So Vancouver out for their second drive as Lopez brings it up. And we have Tom Pepper back on the field after throwing the interception in a great scoring situation. He's going to be looking for a bit of redemption going down this field.
Yeah, turnovers that deep in scoring territory does not sit well with Tom Pepper or the head coaching staff there. But we'll see if he can turn it around here on the second drive for the Legion.
Tight formation on the offensive line. Redford, the only man back. Pepper to throw. Gets it in Redford's hands. You can try to put him in the open field. Spin past 1. Juke past 2. Try to get past the 3rd. It's going to be a first down, our first down of this football game for Vancouver. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 49.
Yeah, Robert Redford's no slouch either. He came in here with 1,568 yards rushing, which is a franchise record for Vancouver. So both these running backs can dominate the game. That was a great swing pass there. Get him out in the open, and he made some moves to get the first down.
Vancouver coming in 7-5 during the regular season. So they were able to get into the playoffs. Trying to get to the semifinals for the second time in 2 seasons. 3 in the backfield. Handoff, Redford through the middle, trying to get through that hole in the offensive line. Doesn't go very far. It is 2nd and 8. The defense for Louisiana looks something like this. It is Derek Genko for the defensive end, along with Ross Napoli. He's the other one. Luther Gond, who we've seen earlier. Deontay Wilder, the other defensive tackle. Chuck Diesel, Blake B. Craze, your linebackers. Cornerbacks, Evan Arthur and Roloman Hood. And then free safety, Jeff Malinishin. And then strong safety, Tank Bennett is the other one to look out for Louisiana. Pepper in the gun with 5 wide on 2nd down. He'll look to throw over the middle. That one's caught. Nice seam. It's got Vancouver into field goal range out to the 26-yard line. Great work from Vancouver's offense, and that gets them into a very good position to score.
Tom Pepper looking a little bit settled down here on this drive. It's a nice little slant route. It looks like a triple slant route there. It's Finch in stride, and the Vancouver Legion are cooking once again.
Nick Finch, one of the stalwarts of this Vancouver offense. He's going to try to make something happen. 2 catches for 27 yards a week ago. The left side, thrown and caught somehow. He had to contort his body like a pretzel, but Rich Pratchard makes it happen. It's 1st and 10 inside the 12.
Pratchard gets up in the air and makes a fantastic grab there. It looked like it might have been overthrown, but Rich Pratchard coming up with some ups there. Getting the first down. Now they're driving.
2-yard line. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Play action. Pepper to throw. Throw cross towards the end zone. It's a first down at the 2-yard line. We'll get him 1st and goal, and another opportunity for Vancouver to knock on the door and maybe bust it down this time.
Vancouver looking good with those inside slants. The linebackers, Diesel and Craze there, cannot seem to shore that up here. Let's see what happens here on 1st and goal from the 2.
Dan Daly on that catch. First and goal. To the outside. Redford turns the corner and he's in. That is a Vancouver touchdown to start the scoring in this football game on the road in hostile territory. What a drive for Vancouver.
Definitely, what a way to come back for Tom Pepper there after that early interception to drive him down the field for the touchdown. Nice little flare pass to Redford, wide open. Nothing but green in front of him as he walks into the paint for 6. Vancouver takes the early lead.
It's a big one to get for Vancouver as they start out this quarterfinal. One win away from getting to the semifinals for the second time in 2 seasons. Snap good, hold good, kick up and on the way, and it is through. So Vancouver up 7-0 on Louisiana as we start things out in the Big Easy. We'll be back after this. This is the Simulation Football League playoffs on 11 Sports and for the fans. Back inside Alma, Louisiana. Stack up field, Louisiana getting the ball back after conceding a touchdown on that last drive for Vancouver. See what Johnny Pickler and company have in store as this ball is away, returnable from about the 10-yard line. 15 to the 20, and juke to the left. Another juke. He's going to get past 2, but not 3, out to the 32-yard line. And Louisiana back out on the field. We mentioned Reggie Streeter, Gerald, and the man has been a man possessed as it sits. He's been about, like I said earlier, 500 yards or roughly better than his next closest competition in rushing yards.
2,246 yards in a 12-game season. Not bad. And with 24 rushing touchdowns, he led the league in that category as well.
Offside I formation, handoff Streeter left side, trying to bust through a hole. He's not going to get very far. It'll be a 1-yard gain. Vancouver done well so far as we look at Streeter. Redford on that list as well. But Vancouver has to contain him, like you mentioned earlier. They've done a good job so far through the first couple drives.
So far, the inside linebacker, the outside linebacker here for Vancouver, Washington and Brackett, seem to be strafing that line and just watching where Streeter goes here, and they're keeping Streeter in check right now.
2 in the backfield. Handoff. Streeter's got some room to go. He's going to have himself a couple more yards to make it 3rd and 2, and that'll open up the playbook for Pickler and company as they get to the next part of this. Vancouver's defense looks like this. It is going to be Mike Coverson, the defensive end, along with Michael Percoco, the first-round draft pick, and the defensive ends. Leah Dama, your defensive tackle. Linebackers, DeAndre Washington, Kevin Brackett, as you mentioned. Cornerbacks, Kyler Murray, Ashley Rose Finch, and Dean Maddox. Free safety, Mark Lopez, and Major Key, the strong safety for Vancouver, playing center field. Streeter to run on third down. Not going to go, and it will be short. Louisiana, 2 straight drives will end up 3 and out, and they'll have to punt.
That first-round draft pick that you mentioned, Michael Percoco, comes up there with a huge tackle to stop Streeter 1 yard short of the first down marker. And Vancouver Legion's defense coming up, having a great plan here to stop Reggie Streeter early in the ballgame.
Punter lined up at his own 26-yard line. He's going to move forward. Vancouver's getting darn close to being able to block that kick. I'd look for that later in this game. This will be returned from Mark Lopez out to the 29-yard line of Vancouver. Gets the ball right back. We talked about the cornerbacks for Vancouver's defense, and you got to give a shout-out to Dean Maddox as well as Ashley Rose Finch. Both of them had interceptions. Dean had 2 of them in the win against Atlanta. So that was a nice get for Maddox and company to try to seal away that game after the comeback happened.
Yeah, don't forget also in that pick brigade was a strong safety, Drew Hamilton. But
Yep.
let's see what Vancouver does here on the first play.
Tom Pepper to the outside as Redford in his sights tries to spin past one, but a great open field tackle is going to bring him down at the 31-yard line, make it 2nd and 7.
Is Vancouver coming into this game hot? Did you see the second half surge there for Louisiana?
Yep.
The last 6 games, they did not lead at the half. 5 of those games. They can't afford to do that here against Vancouver. They'll have a long road to hoe.
2 to the left, 2 to the right for Pepper. Redford's the one in the backfield who'll get the football. Tries to move past one, and he's going to get a couple yards forward, not much. And they'll set up with a key 3rd down here. They don't want to go 3 and out on this. It gives Louisiana back that momentum as they play a bit of a field position battle.
Defensive end there, Eric Denko, 296.5 rookie, picked up in week 5. It's up a 3rd and 6.
Split backs for Pepper. Handoff, Redford got some room to go as he moves forward. He's going to be short of the first down marker, and the crowd loves it in Louisiana as they're going to have to punt. Vancouver is back to the Revolution, and the Revolution will have a chance to get this back even.
One of the leading tacklers in the SFL, Tank Bennett, comes up there to stop Redford a yard short, just as Vancouver stopped Reggie Streeter short. So right now, it's a defensive battle here, and they're playing in between the 30s.
And this punter lined up at his own 26-yard line, boots it from the 30, gets all the way back to the opposite 30, and the fair catch is called for and taken at the 28. So back on the field comes Johnny Pickler, Reggie Streeter, and the rest of the Revolution offense. They try to get something going on the offensive side of the ball, which they have not really done as of yet. I expect to see probably Johnny eventually loosen up and throw the ball a bit.
You think is try to get the ball to Sharon Storm or Chase Earl, your top 2 receivers for the season, but got to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers at this time of the season.
Pickler to throw, 7-step drop, pocket holds, right side, thrown, and that is tipped before it hits the ground. That is 2nd and 10. Drew Hamilton in the area gets a paw on it and knocks it down.
Drew Hamilton tied for the team lead with 10 pass deflections coming in for the season. This Vancouver Legion defense is playing lights out, carrying the momentum from their playoff victory against Florida.
Under center. 1 to the left, 1 to the right, 2 in the backfield. Pickler, handoff Streeter. Streeter moves forward, spins past 1. He's still on his feet, finds a way to juke left, and he's got open field in front of him. Reggie Streeter with an amazing play at the 2nd level has Louisiana on the board. That is a touchdown. What a play by their playmaker.
You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. Unbelievable beast mode running by Reggie Streeter. As you see, look like he was tackled right there. It goes through 4 or 5 Vancouver Legion defenders, just finds his way through there, finds the hole, and it's nothing but green acres in front of him, running wildly to the paint. Look at that. Look at those moves. Just a quick little hop step. And by that time, there's no way that Leodama, as good as a player as he is going to catch him in a foot race. What a play by Reggie Streeter. You got to get the ball in the hands of your playmaker. 7-6 with extra point pending.
There's a quick step, a quick strike for Louisiana as the safeties dove in on the first move. What a play by Reggie Streeter in the open field to make something happen. And Louisiana is 1 extra point away from getting this back evened up, as this is going to be a chance to make it 7-7. Kick is up and on the way, and it is through. So it's a 7-all football game as Vancouver going to get the ball back when we come back. It's the SFL quarterfinals on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Stay with us. back inside, stack up field. Louisiana has just tied the football game up at 7-2 and 40 left in this first quarter of play in the SFL quarterfinals. Winner plays Sioux Falls in the semifinals of the season 15 playoffs. This will be returnable for Mark Lopez at about the 5-yard line to the 15 to the 20, right at the 20. Spin move, double spin. He's still on his feet, taken down at the 29-yard line, and that's where Vancouver will start this next drive. The end of the quarter, make sure to answer crowd plays, beat the crowd questions to win an instant cash prize. Will you be the fastest to answer correctly? Download the Crowd Play app for iOS and Android devices right now and get yourselves in the game. You can win a share of a $1,000 prize pool completely free. As we get into this next drive, Vancouver about to get going. First and 10 from the 29, handoff Redford. Redford's got some green in front of him, and he'll have a first down past the 39-yard line as they inch closer to midfield.
Looks like both running backs want to take this game and put it on their shoulders. Robert, 5 attempts for 15 yards, but a big 10-yard run right there. That's the first down, moves the chains. So see what happens here on the first down. I'd love to see them throw the ball to Killian or Pratchett right here once again. Nick Finch, your speedster on the outside. Get some running room there for your halfback, Robert Redford.
You put Rich Pratchett in his office over the middle of the field. That's where he's been dominant all season long. This will be a chance for Pepper on first down. He's got a catch, but it's not for very much. 2nd and 8, as they'll get a couple out to the 42-yard line. And you mentioned him there, Brett Killian.
Killian led the team in catches with 88, yards with 1,156, touchdowns with 10, targets with 122. He's going to be your go-to guy here, but you can use him as a decoy for your other receivers, plus your double tight ends.
He's in the slot right now is Killian. Chance for Pepper. To the outside, it's Killian again. He's got a catch, and he's got more in front of him. Out to the 40-yard line to the 35. He'll get taken down at the 33, and Killian moving the chains again as he gets them into field goal range on this third play of the drive.
You just saw right there. What a great play design. You had pressure down the outside. As you said, he likes to go across the middle, and both safeties went with him and left Killian wide open there on the flat pass. And great game, and the first down was a great play call.
Under center. In the backfield is Redford, 2 to the right for Pepper. 4 on the defensive line. 2 linebackers in the area as well as they stack the box with 6. The outside, Redford. Redford's going to spin past 1, double spin past 1, and he's going to get taken down finally at the 27-yard line. It is 2nd and 4. As Redford does his job, he gets going on first down.
A pick six duo of Evan Arthur and Rollman Hood come out there with the tackle, but still gain of 6, and they're moving the ball quite efficiently right now. See if they can punch it in the end zone.
Coming down to the last 40 seconds of this first quarter, Redford again with a hole. He's going to have the outside in the edge to the 10, to the 5. He's in. Vancouver answers right away and gets themselves in the end zone again. It's a 1-score game.
Patient running there by Robert Redford, letting the blocks go up, and it looked like he was going to cut it on the inside. Did you see right? It looked like he was going to cut it inside, but saw the outside. Great blocking there by the Vancouver Legion offense. Nate Hall, Mike Newtones setting up a great passage for Robert Redford to just tiptoe through the tulips to get to the end zone for 6.
Through the tulips even. I like it. Extra point pending to make this a 14-7 ball game if everything goes fine. Kick is up and on the way. Nearly blocked, but it is up and through with no issues. Vancouver up 14-7. Louisiana going to get the ball back again. Their quick strike on their last drive accounts for their only points so far in this game. Still 36 seconds left in this first quarter of play. Chris Curtis, Gerald Giudice in the broadcast booth with you as we have Commissioner Cameron Irvine and producer Cameron Irvine on the buttons, as well as Mark Lopez and Tyler Falk, your statisticians today, as we are up and away. This will be back towards the 5-yard, to the 10-yard line anyway. Returnable to the 30, and that is going to get us to the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for Louisiana. Back on the field again to find themselves down another score. And they don't really want to trade blows with Vancouver. One of these teams has to get a stop and try to get some separation.
You definitely don't want to trade punches there, even though these two teams are the top, I believe, in the top 6 at least in points per game. So you can see a slugfest, but one of them's got to get a stop, as you said.
This will be your Streeter to the outside. Tries to get past one, and the juke goes nowhere. He'll get a couple yards out to 2nd and 6. And out to the 35 is where they end up.
Great play there by Mark Lopez, squaring up his shoulders to get in front of Reggie Streeter there. So Reggie couldn't do those spin moves that he did on that 72-yard touchdown run. Great correction on tackling there by Mark Lopez.
I formation. Defensive line moves right to left. Hand off Streeter through the middle, and that's not going to go nowhere. Make it 3rd and 3, as you'll get a couple. Make it at least a shorter 3rd down, but that'll open up the playbook for Pickler as we come to the end of the first quarter. 1 quarter in the books. Vancouver with a 14-7 lead when we come back. It's the SFL quarterfinals on 11 Sports in For the Fans. Back inside Stack Up Stadium. It is the SFL quarterfinals. Vancouver and Louisiana fighting for a fight with Sioux Falls, who won the game against Jacksonville earlier. Vancouver wins, they travel to Sioux Falls. If Louisiana wins, they have Sioux Falls come to them. So a lot at stake either way. This will be Reggie Streeter on 3rd down, and he's not going to get there. Vancouver, give them credit. Minus the 1 quick strike from Streeter on the touchdown, they've done pretty good at containing him in short yardage situations.
Yes, they have, and congratulations to Wiggy9. You won the Beat the Crowd during the break of the first quarter. Congratulations on winning the crowd play. Beat the Crowd during the break.
Hey, nice job. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Punt upcoming for Louisiana as they kick it from the 25-yard line. It'll get all the way down. Decent punt out to the other 25. This is Mark Lopez with some room, but he gets a little bit forward to the 30 and gets taken down. So Tom Pepper back out on the field. Another beat the crowd challenge coming up at the end of the second quarter as well. So hang on to your hats for that. It'll be using the Crowd Play app. And if you haven't downloaded it yet, the instant cash prize will be available at that point. So just get yourselves ready. Robert Redford back on the field. He's got almost 7 yards on average for his carries, 41 on the ground so far. Expect to see a little bit more of a diet of him in the second quarter, I would assume, as he'll get the ball on 1st down. This will be movable through the middle, and forward progress will get him 5 yards, make it 2nd and 5.
You see the milestone tracker coming into this game. Tom Pepper, 388 yards, become the 10th quarterback with 25,000 yards. What a career for that young man. Then Tank Bennett, 7 solo tackles to be the 25th at 500. He has 1 solo tackle so far today. See if both of these players get to those milestones.
Pepper in the gun. Throws short, and a bit of a screen and release, it looked like. It'll be 3rd and 3 out to the 37-yard line, so it'll open up the offensive playbook for Vancouver. But the short yardage runs have not worked really for either side on third down situations. Makes things interesting to what they call here.
I know they have not, especially on the last drive. Mike Overson came up with a big stop on Reggie Streeter. Let's see if Vancouver can convert on this 3rd and 3.
Offset eye, handoff. Redford gets tripped up in the backfield. He's going to get taken down at the line of scrimmage, and that is a big stop for Louisiana. They are going to force a punt, another 3 and out for Vancouver.
Deontay Wilder had 2 tackles for loss in their last game, and their loss to Florida, 24-12, all the way back in week 12. Comes up with a big tackle for loss there. They call it no gain. It still brings the punting unit onto the field.
Vancouver going to get this ball away. Snap is a decent one on the punt. Kick is up and away. Good height on it. Great hang time. Get it out to the 29-yard line. Returnable from there to the 31 and no further than that. So back on the field comes Louisiana's offense on a fantastic 3rd down stop, and maybe that'll carry some momentum going for the number 3 seed in the standings through the regular season. Very good regular season for them. 9 and 3 is where they ended up. As Johnny Pickler and company had a very dominant stretch where their offense has been good basically from the get-go. Handoff, Streeter through the middle, has a hole. Another one. Oh, he's got another juke, and he is gone to the house. Reggie Streeter with 2 quick strikes, and that puts Louisiana likely back even.
A little bit of shake and bake there by number 34, Reggie Streeter, having a first half, 171 yards again. As you see, great blocking up front. You see Drew Hamilton taking a bad angle to get to him, and then it's nothing but green in front of him to the paint. Again, 2nd touchdown for Reggie Streeter, and this ball game could be tied pending the extra point.
69 yards from his own 31-yard line. He took it to the house. Reggie Streeter with another quick strike, and they haven't needed anything more than him, at least to stay even with Vancouver. If the passing game gets going, look out for Louisiana. Snap good, hold good, kick up and on the way, and it is through. So it's 14 all as we play with 8:34 left in this second quarter. As you see the points per game there, both of these teams high up on that list.
Louisiana 32.8, second to Vancouver's 5th at 30.1. But right now, 159 yards for Reggie Streeter. But okay, he has 10 carries, 141 of those yards came on 2 plays.
And that's going to be returnable from Mark Lopez from just inside the end zone to the 15, to the 20, left at the 20 to the 25. He's going to break a tackle out to the 30. He's got plenty of green in front of him. They're going to try to push him out of bounds, and they're going to get to him before then. But a great return from Mark Lopez, and Vancouver's special teams unit is having a whale of a day. It is 1st and 10 from the Louisiana 44.
It took the words right out of my mouth there. The special teams for Vancouver have come to play. The fumble there on the first play of the opening kickoff, almost blocking a couple punts there, and you see Mark Lopez trying to do his best Reggie Streeter impersonation, do some shake and bake to get him over midfield at the 44-yard line and giving Vancouver a short field to try to get ahead in this ballgame once again.
14 all as we play in this second quarter. It's been a fun one so far in this quarterfinal. Offset I formation, handoff Redford. Going to try to juke past one. He's got a broken tackle, and he gets taken down by the second one after just a 2-yard gain. 47-yard line is where they're at on this second down.
Unreal. If you see the difference in the quarterback play right now, John Pepper's 11 for 12 for 102 yards, a touchdown. He has that one interception. Pickler, believe it or not, 1 for 2 for 8 yards. Unreal stat line right now in this game.
3 to the left, 1 to the right. Pepper on the play action gets a throw to the right. That's caught, and they're going to call it 3rd and inches. An interesting spot. Gets him to the 34. It's Brett Killian.
I think Brett got robbed there a little bit. If I was the coaching staff of Vancouver, I'd be throwing that red flag here. Looked like he was well past the line of gain there. Let's see if they look like they're not going to call it. It'll be 3rd and inches.
Offset I on this 3rd and very short. And off Redford has a hole, has a first down, and they don't waste the challenge, but it's not really a waste. They get the first down anyway, get him to the outside of the 28-yard line. It's 1st and 10.
That could have been a big play if Redford didn't get stopped. Redford gets the first down. They're knocking on the door once again at the Louisiana 28. Let's see if we get some wide receiver play in here with Pratchard and Finch.
This is Pratchard's territory. He's usually sitting middle back of the end zone. At this point, you can see him, the tall guy right in the slot. Throw to the outside. Redford tries to break one, does break one. He stays on his feet, but gets knocked out of bounds. 2nd and 7 after it's just a 3-yard gain.
But a one-handed grab by Redford as that ball right behind us. It gives Evan Arthur a tap on the back of the helmet there saying good tackle. So 2nd and 7 here, like you said, Pratchett across the middle. That's what you need to go to right here. Maybe you can open some up here with Killian going down the seam.
Offset eye again, handoff. Redford has the edge, going to try to juke past one. He's going to get hit hard by the second tackler, though. He will gain a few, get it to 3rd and 1 at the 19-yard line. Would be a chip shot from here to at least take the lead, though.
Robin Hood and Tank Bennett there converge on the tackle. And that's what you need to do with both these running backs. You can't do one-on-one tackling with them because they have the moves that can actually burn you. As you see, both Skeeter and Robert Redford using the spin moves quite well in this game so far in the first half.
6 in the box defensively for Louisiana. Handoff Redford again on the short yardage situation. He's got a first down on 3rd down. Another conversion for Vancouver. 1st and 10 from the 16.
A Hall, Mike Newtones, big 6'7" twin tower, 340-pound tackles there. Just moving the front line of the Louisiana Revolution. Wasn't spectacular. It wasn't like a 72-yard run. It was enough to get the first down and keep the chains moving.
2nd, 3rd down conversion of this drive for Vancouver. Pepper to throw to the outside, has Redford. Redford going to spin past a couple. He's going to get taken down, though, in the open field at the 14-yard line. A couple of yards gained. They're inching their way closer as we come down to 5 and change left in the 2nd quarter.
Chuck Diesel coming up on the tackle. They had 3 players in their last game against Florida with 10-plus tackles. Diesel had 16. Blake B. Craze had 13. Hank Bennett had 20. So those safeties know how to hit.
4 on the line defensively for Louisiana. Pepper to throw. Throws short, got a catch. It's to the outside. Brett Killian trying to move around his block. Can't quite get around him to the outside. It'll be short 3rd down. Another opportunity for Louisiana to stall this drive out and take a field goal.
Great defensive convergence there by the Louisiana Revolution. As Killian had Pratchett out in front, had the great block, but they converged on him to stop him 2 yards short.
3 to the right, 1 to the left. Pepper to throw. Thrown. End zone. Got it. That is, no. Yes, it is a touchdown. That is Vancouver making it happen in the end zone. And it is Nick Finch. He had 2 catches last week, no touchdowns. This week he's got 2 catches and at least 1.
Wow, what a grab. One-handed. That ball was thrown a little bit quick there, I think, by Tom Pepper. But Nick Finch comes up with a great one-handed stab there to regain the lead. And this is a great game. Seesaw back and forth. I think whoever's going to get the ball last year is going to win this game.
They are trading blows back and forth. A seesaw battle in the quarterfinals for season 15. Extra point pending to give them a 7-point lead. Snap good, hold good. Kick up and on the way. It is up. And it is through. We've got a 21-14 game in Helena, Louisiana at Stack Up Stadium. We'll be back right after this. This is the Simulation Football League quarterfinals at 11 Sports and For the Fans. Back inside, just outside of the Big Easy in New Orleans. It is Helma, Louisiana, home of the Louisiana Revolution. They're down 7 points to the Vancouver Legion as both teams vying for a right to play against Sioux Falls in the semifinals. As this will be returnable. Out to the 30. Breaks a tackle, keeps going, and he's going to be shoelaced at the very last second to get him taken down at the 36. That was nearly a problem for Vancouver special teams, but it turns out to be a first down and 10. Louisiana back on the field.
Another big play by the special teams, even though that was a great return. Holding on to that shoestring tackle, that could have been problems. He could have still been running there to the end zone.
4:47 left in the second quarter. Under center's Pickler. It's an offset eye. Streeter's the deep back. Handoff. Streeter. Right side. Cuts the edge. Tries to keep on his feet. He does. Another broken tackle. 3 broken tackles. 4. How about another? Can he get there? No, he's going to get taken down to the 18-yard line. What a crazy bit of running from Reggie Streeter. He has absolutely shown out in this game so far.
Evan Brackett saved the touchdown, but once again, watch these moves. 1 miss, 2, 3. Goes through 3 guys there. Another broken tackle right here. Slowed him down enough, and finally, Kevin Brackett wraps him up. But right now, 11 carries for 204 for Reggie Streeter. Johnny Pickler, who you don't need Pickler if you're running the ball as well.
How about 18.5 yards per carry right now for Reggie Streeter? That is an insane number. That's close on a crossing pattern. Pickler has a completion over the middle to the 12-yard line, make it 2nd and 3. They continue to trade blows. Louisiana again on the doorstep.
Hey, if they can't stop it, keep it going. It's like watching Navy Air Force game, just constantly running the football. But if you can do it, you can.
Through the right side, Streeter. He's going to get close to, but not enough for the first down. Make it 3rd and inches. Crucial play coming up here for Vancouver's defense and Louisiana's offense.
As you said, Streeter with 206. He is on his way to possibly breaking the most yards rushing in a game, which he owns. He did in season 13 as a London Knight against New Orleans Pharaohs. 4 1/4. He's well on his way to breaking that right now.
Offset eye, handoff Streeter. Left side, trying to get the edge. Broken tackle, and he's in. Reggie Streeter with the hat trick. 3 touchdowns in the first half.
All I can say is wow. Just wow, because he's just running over people, having the moves, and just running through tackles. As you see her coming around the left side of the line. You see some great blocking there by Rudy Ray Dunn. What a gem of a block there. Comes up with the touchdown. Like you said, the hat trick for Streeter. And we're an extra point away from 21 apiece.
42 points potentially in this first half of play. Rip the over-under at this point if this continues.
Oh, definitely.
Extra point pending. We'll see if they can knock it through to get us back even. High snap, handled well, kick up and on the way. It is up, and it is through. So 21 all. And we were saying before that Vancouver was doing a good job of containing Reggie Streeter. That's out the window at this point, as it's not just the quick strike ability, but it's been more than that so far for Louisiana. He's been the outset of their points. He's been their entire point contribution on the offensive side of the ball. And Johnny Pickler, I think, has thrown, 5 times in this game so far?
He's 2 for 3, believe it or not, for 15 yards. 2 for 3. They have 21 points as the Louisiana Revolution on 16 offensive plays. That's efficiency right there.
That's 100% efficiency. Yes, that's a fantastic. Touches the touchdown score has got to be very, very good. Taking a look at the defense for Vancouver. This is not a defense that is a slouch. Louisiana going up against what would have been a defensive buzzsaw looking at those rankings there.
Yeah, definitely. You see the total defense. Rushing touches allowed 5 for the season. Streeter already has 3 on the day.
And that's going to be to the left for 4 yards for Robert Redford. Redford in the comparison. He's not having a bad day either. 70 yards in the first half is nothing to slouch about, but he's going up against what is arguably one of the better playoff running backs that are in the playoffs so far this season. It's Reggie Streeter, and with him having the season he did, I mean, anybody's going to pale in comparison to him.
Oh, definitely. If you're running for 2,200 yards and 250 yards and a half, it's hard to match up.
That's going to be a ball to the outside, taken down as Redford as we inch closer to the 2-minute warning, 2:25 to go. As Redford doesn't get much, but he gets something. He gets him to at least a 3rd and medium.
A 3rd and 4 here. I'd like to see them get a playoff here before the 2-minute warning. You need to get the ball further than 5 or 6 yards down the field right now if your defense can't stop Streeter.
Remember, Vancouver is going to get the ball back at the end of this half to start the second half, and that's going to be a completion over the middle. Get them to 1st and 10. As that one's a chance for Brett Killian to make his presence known as they move the chains. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning as well. So 21 all, 120 seconds left to locker rooms in Helena, Louisiana. Stay with us. This is the quarterfinals for the Simulation Football League in 11 Sports and for the fans. Thank you, Cam. Will do.
Runs of 72, 69, and 45.
Back inside Stack Up Stadium, Chris Curtis, Gerald Judas Sessi in the broadcast booth. It is Mark Lopez and it is Tyler Falk on the stats truck for us. Commissioner and producer Cameron Irvine in the producer's booth, hitting all the buttons for us as we get ready to go with this next part of the possession at the midfield line for Vancouver. It's Tom Pepper in the gun. He's going to throw deep right side. This one is caught, and it's a quick strike to the outside to the 30-yard line. And Nick Finch, who has a touchdown in this game, adds another good catch.
Great play calling there, having Bradford go right up the field and try to freeze the linebackers. Great catch by number 11, Nick Finch. And right now, if you're crowd play fans, you want to chase one Daniel Mitchell. He's in first place right now with 190 points.
1st and 10 for Vancouver. To the outside, Redford has to make a one-handed grab. He does. He doesn't get much on it. It is 2nd and 7. Don't forget, speaking of Daniel Mitchell and crowd play with 190 points, we've got another Beat the Crowd question coming up at the end of this second quarter. Go ahead and download the crowd play app. Android and iOS devices can download it from their respective app stores right now. And you can have a chance at an instant cash prize by answering that question faster than anybody else at the end of the second quarter. Pepper to throw to the outside again. He's got Redford, a spin move, and then gets clotheslined at the 24-yard line, and they're in field goal range at the very least. It's 3rd and 4.
I'm not liking the hurry up here. You want to get some time off this clock here. You don't give the ball to Reggie Streeter, but what a throw.
That is a great throw to the outside. It gets them to the 18-yard line and also gets them a first down. And more importantly, the clock stops and it gives Vancouver some time to plan an attack here with the waning moments of the half upon us.
I think if you're Vancouver right now, you want to put points on the board, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown right now. A touchdown more advantageous for you, but to get the ball back, make it a 2-score game, if they can do that on both the next 2 drives, can be curtains.
To the outside left, and it's going to be caught at the 13-yard line. Clock continues to go. It's 2nd and 4.
Don't make a mistake. You already threw one interception down here in the red zone. You don't want to make 2.
Same play, same result. Quick throw left side. It's caught. Not much to it. Make it 3rd and 3.
You're going to throw it to Pratchett. I'd like to see it across the middle of the field, or maybe closer to the pylon. They got 3rd and 2. You have the whole playbook open. You still have all 3 of your timeouts. 34 seconds left. You can really run this clock down here and get in the end zone. And that'll be very advantageous if you're the Vancouver Legion defense. Give yourself some time to rest.
Revolution crowd up and yelling. They're trying to will their team to a stop on a key third down. Pepper to the outside, caught by Redford. Got to try to get to the first down marker. He's not going to do it. It's fourth down. Vancouver calls a timeout with 29 seconds to go. They will likely try for 3 points to at least give them the lead, but a great stop by Louisiana's defense to keep them in front of them.
I have to question whether or not all that timeout that quick. I would have done it with like 10 seconds left or something. This quick strike offense from Louisiana, you don't want to have any time left on the clock.
Limit their possessions. That's absolutely right. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up and on the way. It is up and through from 26, and Vancouver takes a 3-point lead as Rakowski puts it through. And like you said, Louisiana going to get the ball back with a little bit of time left. And, well, I mean, Streeter's been on the bench on the sideline for a while. He's probably ready to go for at least 1 or 2 more rushes. He's been their entire offense to this point.
He has, and we're talking about Reggie Streeter. If you want to believe this, after the interception, Tom Pepper is 24 of 24.
Perfect so far this afternoon, as that'll be returned to the 31-yard line. Still 22 seconds on this clock as we get closer to the end of the first half.
If you're Vancouver's defense, you gotta find a way to have Pickler start throwing the football here. Streeter's just running all over you. You need to find some way to stop him.
They've got enough points to win at this point. Streeter's going to have it on first down. Another broken tackle. He's slippery, man. He's going to get a couple more yards. It's 2nd and 2 as the clock continues to go. Still 12 seconds left. They'll likely get at least one more play off. Another one for Streeter. He's got a chance to run again. Broken tackle. He's got a first down, and they don't call a time. No, they do now with 3 seconds to go. That'll get them into Hail Mary range at the very least, and we might see Johnny Pickler start to chuck one up.
Yeah, I'm not certain why they didn't call a timeout and went to the hurry up there. I think good old Pickler's getting an earful there from the coach Mike Twinscrew about not calling a timeout there. You had all 3 timeouts there. You didn't need to go to the hurry up, and you could have got at least one more play or two, especially the way Reggie Streeter's going with running the football. All you need is a couple seconds.
4 on the right, Hail Mary formation for Pickler and company in a 24-21 game. Last play of the first half. He's going to be in the pocket. He's going to try to move up, but the defensive line gets to him before he can get out of the way, and that is how the first half is going to come to a close. It is a 3-point game in Helma, Louisiana at Stack Up Stadium, as 24-21 reads your line score at the end of the second quarter. Gerald Giudice, your halftime thoughts in this quarterfinal game that doesn't seem to have any defense involved?
Oh, definitely not. 45 points. You see the stats right here. Look at the time of possession. More than 2-1. And look at the passing yards. There's the difference. The passing yards and the rushing yards. 231 in the first half for Louisiana. Reggie Streeter just having a field day right now. 15 carries for 229. Well on that way to breaking that 425-yard record that he holds. Pepper 177 on 24 straight completions. You see only 13 yards for Pickler. If you're Vancouver, you have to find a way to stop number 34. Run blitz, do something, because right now he's just running through you. And just as you see the play right there, he ran through with 6 defenders to score a touchdown. He's been doing that and having runs of 72, 69, and 45 yards in the first half. If you're Vancouver, you got to stop him. If you're the Vancouver offense, you need to get the ball more into the hands, I think, of your tight ends, James Walters, Dan Daly, and work the middle of the field with Rich Pratchard. He's a big target across the middle, and that's where he makes his living. If you're Louisiana offense, just keep doing what you're doing. Hand the ball to number 34. If you're the Louisiana defense, you might want to take some chances with blitzes and putting some pressure on Tom Pepper. As I said, 24 straight after the interception. 25 of 26, 96.2% completion percentage. You could definitely want to get some pressure on Pepper here. They can force some error throws. But look at the run by Streeter. Just unbelievable. Just breaking tackle. There's not much more you can say, but wow. I mean, you run out of superlatives talking about Reggie Streeter having the season of a lifetime and a first half of a lifetime here in the playoffs.
Yep, they're one win away from getting a chance to fight against Sioux Falls for a chance at the title game, but Vancouver very much in the lead at this point. So even with all the Reggie Streeter heroics, it's a 3-point game with the Legion out in front as we welcome you back inside Stack Up Stadium. Chris Curtis, Joe Giudicetti in the broadcast booth. It is Tyler Falk and Mark Lopez in the stats truck, and our producer and commissioner Cameron Irvine on the buttons, making us all look better than we actually should be, as it'll be Vancouver who starts off this second half with the football, and this becomes a crucial drive for Vancouver and for Louisiana, as this first drive could tell us what kind of second half we are going to have. Ball's in the tee. We are ready to go, and it is away. Mark Lopez back deep for the return from his own 7-yard line. He'll take it out to the 20. Left at the 20-yard line to the 25, and he would stop at the 26. Back on the field comes Tom Pepper, who had a bit of a shaky start to the game. Threw the one interception on the first drive that they had a real short field in, but then really cleaned it up. Like you said, 24 straight completions, Gerald. And that is a feat to have in this kind of pressure environment.
Just listening to what you said as we were coming into the third quarter, Reggie Streeter, 229 yards rushing the football, and his team is down 3.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just crazy to think about. Look like there was some laundry on the field here on this play.
Yep, and that is going to be a face mask. That's a big penalty to take on defense, and it'll give Vancouver more yards than they originally expected on that play. Gives them another first down out to the 31-yard line.
Deontay Wilder there with the flag. By the way, if you're wondering who won the Beat the Crowd winner at the half, there wasn't any. There'll be 2 winners for the third quarter Beat the Crowd coming up here at the end of the third quarter.
Offset I formation for Pepper and company. 1st and 5. Hand off Redford. Try to get the edge, break the tackle, has a first down and a few more. Shoelaces are brought down to the 39-yard line, and they'll mark him at the 38. And Vancouver moves the chains again.
Did you see Robert Redford averaging 5.3 yards a carry, which would be pretty good. If you look on the other side of the ledger, Reggie Streeter's averaging 15.3, 10 yards more a carry. But right now, the stat that's most important is Vancouver has a 3-point lead.
And the ball. They can make it a 2-possession game if they are smart about this. Pepper to throws. Nice seam ball left side. That's caught just past midfield to the 47-yard line for Brett Killian, as he had a couple of Revolution players around him, but they couldn't stop him.
That's the plays that you need to do right now if you're Vancouver. Look at the pocket, just out of the reach of number 31 there of the Revolution. Great throw there. Pepper's on fire.
1st and 10. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Redford in the backfield in the gun. Pepper has the ball. 3-step drop. Looks to throw. Moves up in the pocket. Throws. That one is picked off. Pepper throws an interception, and that's a massive stop for Louisiana as they turn the ball over and have the ball with a chance to take back the lead. It's Tank Bennett.
And there's your SFL's leading interceptor with 11 coming up big. You see 20 tackles in the last game, as I mentioned before, for a season high. And a big interception and a big turnover there by the Louisiana Revolution defense. Let's see if the offense can turn this into points.
In the backfield, Reggie Streeter. He's been massive today. Throw left side. That one's caught. Not much to that one, but Pickler has a completion for the first time in a while. It's 2nd and 7 on the first play from scrimmage for them in this second half.
They're throwing with the catch there. I think if you're Louisiana, you might want to have Pickler start throwing the football, maybe opening up some more holes if Reggie Streeter needs them. But I think if you're focused on Streeter, you can get some big plays out of your wide receiver core.
2 in the backfield. One of them Streeter. Under center is Pickler. Pickler has the football. 5-step drop. Floats one over the middle, and that one's picked off. Basically a duck. That center fielder played perfectly, and that is Mark Lopez on the interception over the middle, and Vancouver gets it right back.
Pickler throwing a pick right here across the middle. Read absolutely perfectly by Mark Lopez as he was going for this target B.E. Bobo. Or B.E. Robo, I am sorry, on that pass play. But once again, Vancouver answers the call. Great interception there, bringing up a first down again for the Vancouver Legion offense.
More importantly, it gives them good field position as well, as they have the ball at their own 46-yard line. Pepper sees something at the line. He's calling it out. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Redford in the backfield. 5-step drop. Looks to throw. Gives it to Redford on the check down. Going to try to break a tackle. He will not. It'll be a 4-yard completion at the midfield stripe. Nothing much more than that in this 3-point game.
2nd and 6 coming up here. 27 of 29 for Tom Pepper with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So if you think about that, 29 throws, a ball hasn't hit the turf.
In the gun. 2 with him. 3-step drop. Moves up in the pocket. Throws left. Deep. That one's picked off as well. Back the other way comes Louisiana. And this is going to be a foot race to the sideline. And it'll be a first down for the Revolution. Another opportunity to turn it over. And they get it. What a play. Jeff Malinish in the free safety playing the right side of the field.
Playing on a ball that was horribly underthrown there. Tom Pepper, we said he was hot coming into this third quarter, has cooled off tremendously with 2 picks. Right now, that was a killer blow for the Vancouver Legion offense. Now can the defense step up, get another turnover, at least hold them to a field goal to keep this game either tied or close.
Very eventful first half and change so far in this quarterfinal game. Over the middle, it's caught. 4-yard completion for Pickler to his man, Saren Storm. He's got a few catches tonight, and that is a 2nd and 6 at the 42.
You is the opportune word right there. Pickler 4 for 6 for 22 yards. Only 3 catches right there for Saren Storm. For 14 yards, you're not moving the ball down the field. That's 3.7 yards per pass attempt.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. In the backfield is Streeter with 1 more. Handoff Streeter, going to try to find a hole. He does. He's going to try to break another tackle. He does. Out to the 20. He's going to go for the pylon, and he's going to get in to the house. Reggie Streeter with his 4th touchdown scamper of the day gives Louisiana their first lead of the day.
You might want to look at Reggie Streeter with his 4th touchdown, but watch the block here. It looked like number 59 for the Vancouver Legion here was going to have the angle on him to make a tackle, and it was just out of frame right there. Saren Storm with a humongous block for free Streeter down the field, and another quick strike for this Louisiana Revolution offense, and they take the lead, which I believe for the first time in the football game.
So they get the turnover and turn it into points. That's a big play for Louisiana as they have a chance to go up 4 points here to get it outside of field goal range. It is up and it is through. And Louisiana, the crowd loves it. Louisiana faithful loves it. They're up 4 in the quarterfinals. Stay with us as we come back to Helma. Back inside Stack Up Stadium. Reggie Streeter has done it again. He's got Louisiana with their first lead of the ball game. They're about to give the ball back to Vancouver. 2 drives in the second half, 2 interceptions so far for Tom Pepper. He'll try to reverse that and get them going. Return from the 3-yard line. Mark Lopez has the football. Trying to break a tackle. The ball's on the ground, and Louisiana is going to pick it up. And what a turn in momentum. The Revolution have the football in a great scoring chance here deep in Vancouver territory.
Mark Lopez trying to make a play happen there. And again, special teams come up big, but this time it's for the Revolution. You see him coming up to the 20-yard line, and the big hit coming up here, laying the boom. What a change of events here. This could be a 14-point swing right now here with those 2 turnovers.
And it could also put it to a 2-possession game as well, which is a massive spot at this point of the third quarter. Under center is Pickler. He's at the 19-yard line of Vancouver. Best starting field position of the day easily, and that's going to be a pass deflect over the middle. Very good by Mark Lopez, who had an interception in this game. This one, he gets a hand on to knock it down.
Lopez making up for that fumble. And if, like Louisiana, we said about having your big-time players make big-time plays, the player that made the hit on Lopez was none other than Tank Bennett, your leading interception getter with 11 coming into the season. What is his 5th forced fumble of his career, and what a big time to get it.
Yeah, it was a great time to tackle the ball, a masterclass in that as well, to try to knock the ball loose, jar it loose, get it on the ground. Great work. 2nd and 10. Pickler with Streeter with him. Hand off, Streeter. Right side, he's going to get through 1, but not 2. He'll get taken down at the 14-yard line, make it 3rd and 5.
Mark Lopez holding on for dear life. If you're the Vancouver Legion, you're going to have to start putting 8 in the box. He's decimating you in between the tackles there, as guards Leonard Butler Sr. and Rudy Ray Dunn doing a great job opening holes for Reggie Streeter.
Throw, Pickler, end zone, tipped and picked off. Another interception. This one goes Vancouver's way, and it'll be the new drive starting at the 20-yard line. Missed opportunity for the Revolution as a tip ball ends up in the hands of Mark Lopez for his 2nd of the game.
Lopez making up this drive for what he had a fumble there. And what a turn of events. What a stand for the Vancouver Legion defense to get the ball back with no points being scored. Here, Vancouver, that's a definite win.
It's the 3rd quarter. It's a little bit early to start talking about heroes, but does Vancouver have a hero on the field right now to get them back in front in this football game? Pepper under center. Throw to the outside. Redford has it in the open field. He's going to break 1 and 2. He'll step out of bounds. There is a flag on the play as well. We'll see where the laundry ended up, as this is going to be pending that.
This could be a big call in the game. It's another face mask call.
2 face masks in this football game. A crazy coincidence as far as that goes. You don't see 2 face masks usually all season. You see 2 in the second half of this football game, and it'll be a chance for Vancouver to move it for a 1st down. As Pepper gets a kind of a new lease on life as they start with a better field position after the chains are moved.
Evan Arthur, the guilty party there. As you said, you don't see that too often in the game here. You got 2 calls.
On the outside, trying the open field. 2 spins, not going to happen. It'll get them out to about the 40-yard line. I think they'll stop them at the 38 is Robert Redford.
And if you're the Louisiana Revolution, you definitely don't want to sit on your laurels. And if you're a fan of your Revs, know what Vancouver did last week. They're never out of a football game.
Came back from over 21 points. I think it was 24 points to win over Atlanta. This is the outside. Robert Redford. Spin move past 1. He's got the 1st down. Moves the ball. Forward progress. Gets them a new set of downs. It's 1st and 10 at the 45.
I like the play calling. You don't usually like these 5-yard swing passes. The Peppers had 2 interceptions of this half. It's a good way to get him settled down, and him get his rhythm back, try to get him on that streak that he had earlier, that 25 or 26 completion streak.
Pepper in the gun, throws, that's caught. What a good throw over the middle. That is going to be to the 36-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 38. It's Rich Pratchett over the middle in his office, making things difficult on Louisiana defense.
Definitely his office. Great pass there, great catch. Look at watching the ball right into his hands, even in the middle of the field, no fear going across the center. And this is what Vancouver needed here to drive the football.
Loving the 86s in chat that we see. Twitch.tv/FTF next is where you're going to be able to communicate. Players, coaches, league staff, everybody enjoying a barn burner of a football game in the quarterfinals. Over the middle, that one's caught as well. First down and more out to the 22-yard line. They'll mark him at the 23. And another opportunity. This one, Dan Daly, the tight end.
Middle of the field's working right now for the Vancouver Legion. There are a couple of those outside passes coming out there. They're not worrying about the outside routes, how the inside routes are killing them.
2 to the right. Under center. Pepper to throw to the outside. That one's caught. And that's going to be a 3-yard completion. Not much to it. Brett Killian, another grab. Just to catch people up, if you're new to the Simulation Football League, earlier this season, we lost a member of our family, Rich Pratchett, in a tragedy that shook the entire league. And Vancouver has committed this season's effort to him in remembrance. So this becomes, obviously, there's a more emotional attachment than meets the eye. If you guys are new to the league, now you understand a little bit more about that. Redford has the football on the swing pass. It'll be a 3-yard completion. It's 3rd and 4.
It was definitely a loss for the SFL community when Rich Pratchett was taken from us way too soon. And like I said, this Vancouver Legion team, emotional, coming here, wanting to win here for Rich.
They are 2 games away from fulfilling what they want to do. Pepper, thrown. Oh, tipped and nearly intercepted again. This one's going to be a 4th down, and now is a decision time. You're in the 3rd quarter. I think you probably take the points here, but you got to have something in the back of your mind that maybe says, hey, you know what, it's the playoffs. Maybe we try for this.
I think you need to take the points here. If you're down maybe 10, you'd go for, or more than 10, you'd go for it here. I think this is a great call, and see if you can stop Streeter. And you forced a turnover last time. Maybe your defense can do it again.
34-yard attempt from the left hash. Snap good, hold good, kick up and on the way. It is up, and it is through. So get it to a 1-point deficit as Rakowski does his job. It's 28-27 Louisiana. They have the lead in the football. Coming back to them when we come back to the Big Easy. Stay with us. Updated look at the playoff bracket you see on your screen there. Sioux Falls, the remaining team that has yet to determine a matchup in the semifinals. As you see, Baltimore and Denver on the other side of that bracket. If Vancouver wins, they go to Sioux Falls. If Louisiana holds on, then Sioux Falls comes to them. So that is a major reward for Louisiana, able to host a playoff semifinal game if they can get that far. But a lot of really good matchups in the playoffs so far as we come down to the last very few in this season 15.
Definitely. Going back to that last drive, Cleveland, this is an amazing stat. And way to go, stat truck guys, Lopez, Hawk, and the commish. 38 pass attempts for Tom Pepper. that was the first ball of his throwing that hit the ground.
Yeah, otherwise, it's ended up in hands, whether it be the right ones or the wrong ones. This is returned out to the 32-yard line as Louisiana starts this next drive. They have the lead and the football, and I expect to see probably more of Reggie Streeter. He's got 4 touchdowns in this game, and he's got plenty of football left to try to shatter some records here if he can get there.
And if you're the Vancouver Legion defense, definitely don't want to see Reggie Streeter gain another yard in this football game. You see they're coming up closer to the line now.
Trying to stack the box a little bit here. Reggie Streeter has some more room in front of him, a spin move, and he breaks a tackle, gets out to the 41-yard line. It seems every time he touches the ball, you expect a lightning strike of him being able to scamper downfield.
And when he makes those spin moves and making guys miss, and then he just gets in the secondary, there's no one behind him. That's the thing. If you're going to sell out for the run and stop him, you got to make sure you get him because there's nobody behind him when he gets past that second wall.
2 in the backfield. One of them is Streeter. Pickler's under center. Plenty in the box defensively. This time they're able to wrap up Streeter, but he does get the first down and moves the chains, getting out to the 42.
Big defensive end. Michael Percoco, the first round pick, comes up with a huge stop. No, not a huge stop, but for Pickler, for Rear Streeter, it is a stop of gain of 2.
Offset I formation. Got a story about Percoco here in a second after this play. Pickler to throw. He's going to go to the outside. It's tipped at the line. Forward motion dictates an incomplete pass, so it is 2nd and 10. Percoco, as he was picked in the first round, had a framed picture of Andy Hamilton in his possession that he showed the camera for one of the live look-ins at the draftees. If you guys have not got a chance to see that, go check it out. That was an absolute classic draft moment that I think most of us who were in that room will remember.
Then he eBayed that picture and sold it for a dime.
Somebody paid a dime for a picture of Andy Hamilton? Hello?
I know. It's wild. I know.
It's caught by Chase Earl. That's going to be a first down at the 43-yard line as they move the chains again.
I think he bought it himself. That was a great play there by the Louisiana Revolution. As you see Pickler back to pass. I finally had a pocket to throw. That was a great pitch and catch there on the sideline.
Longest completion by Pickler so far in this football game as well. And if they can lean on him and take some of the pressure off of Streeter, Streeter's been having a great day. But if they have Pickler going as well, then this team is likely going to be unstoppable, at least so far. Handoff, Streeter going to try to break another tackle. He'll get taken down by 2 different Legion members. He's got 295 yards on the ground to this point.
Ashley Rose Finch coming up there and just stuffing it. Didn't get a chance to make the spin move there. That's what you have to do to Streeter. You got to wrap your arms around him. Not try to go after him. You need to focus on that outside hip and drag him through.
In the gun. With Streeter. Pickler backs up. 3-step drop. Thrown. Oh, a jump round and interception. Back the other way. The defense comes through. And he might go to the house. It's a pick 6 for Vancouver here in this third quarter.
Ashley Finch with the pick 6. And again, the defense comes through when they need a play. They get it. Ashley Finch just jumping around as they're going for Sharon Storm. Last week, it was Dean Maddox with a pick at the end of the first half to turn the tides. This time it's Ashley Finch taking it to the house and quiet to this Louisiana Revolution fan crowd here. What a play.
Oh, man, Ashley Rose Finch was so far the clutch play of the game, and that stops every bit of Revolution momentum as this has a chance to be a 6-point lead. Extra point pending. See if they can get this through, but what a turn of events. Snap good, hold good, kick up and on the way. It is up, and it is through. It is a back and forth seesaw battle. Momentum keeps switching sides, as does the lead here in the third quarter of this SFL quarterfinal.
Like it was mentioned earlier, this is like a heavyweight fight. It's like watching Ali versus Foreman, 2 sluggers back and forth. Who's going to land the big blow right now? Louisiana is on the ropes.
It'll be returnable from about the 10-yard line. Return to the 20. Through the middle at the 20, left at the 30. He's taken down at the 32-yard line. Real quick, your crowd play beat the crowd question coming up at the end of the third quarter. Don't forget to get your hands in on that, as you can win an instant cash prize by being the first to answer the question. Download the crowd play app if you haven't already. There's still time to get yourself a share of that $1,000 prize pool for Android and iOS devices. First and 10 for Louisiana on what becomes a massive drive, a 6-point lead. They do not want to be too far down going into this fourth quarter. Streeter through the middle gets taken down at the line of scrimmage. First time we can say that all day. It's 2nd and 10.
I don't believe Streeter was on the field right there. Green coming up there with the tackle. It looked like that was number 20. I'm trying to look through my paper here. Unbelievable. That I don't know why he's not in. I think Streeter was out for that play because he was chasing Finch on the last play.
We'll see if they get him on to this next play. That's going to be him there, I believe. That's going to be a nice run through the middle. It is 3rd and 3. Yes, it is. So Streeter was out for the first play, back in for the second one, and it'll be 3rd and 3 after a 7-yard completion, or 7-yard run.
7-yard run there. 2 creeping up on 300 yards for the game right now. Lopez, you see there with the 2 interceptions. A big stop here for Vancouver. Would definitely turn the tide in this football game.
Hand off Streeter, right side. Gonna try to find the hole. He's taken down in the backfield. What a tackle. It forces a 3 and out, and the momentum squarely with Vancouver at this point in the game as we end the third quarter. 34-28, Vancouver about to get this football back as we start the fourth frame. Put the 86s up in chat. It's the SFL quarterfinals at 11 Sports and for the fans. Back inside Stack Up Stadium. Vancouver Legion 34, Louisiana Revolution 28 as we start off the fourth quarter of play. Chris Curtis, Gerald Giudice in the broadcast booth. It is Tyler Falk and Mark Lopez, your statisticians. And then, of course, Cameron Irvine, your producer and commissioner, in the producer's booth, hitting all the buttons for us as we get ready to go. It's 4th and 4 in Louisiana. It's going to give Vancouver back the football. This kick is up and gone, end over end. It'll get fielded and returned, not for very much, as he's taken down at the 27-yard line. An insane game so far, and it's only about to get weirder, I think.
And that was, believe it or not, Streeter's first carry for a loss since his first carry of the football game, which was a loss of 1. And what a time for Vancouver to do it. Unbelievable play by the defense. Back-to-back series. Now the offense has to put the game out of reach.
Under center is Tom Pepper. Has a chance to make it a 2-possession game. Has Redford in his back pocket. He's going to try to go to him in the flat. He's going to get taken down at the 31-yard line. It's 2nd and 5. As Redford, we're probably going to see a steady diet of him, but Pepper's got to have a chance to make a throw here and complete that throw for Vancouver to be able to put this game away.
Pepper needs to get back on that streak like he had earlier in this ball game. Need to gain some first downs here and get some clock off that, plus get some points as well. A field goal here would be great if you're Vancouver.
Hand off, Redford, not going to happen. Make it 3rd and 8 after a 4-yard loss. And you talk about Pepper's streak. He closed the first half with 24 straight completions as Ross Napoli makes a defensive play.
Ross Napoli just with like an under rip move there, just to go past Nate Hall there to bring up 3rd and 8 here. This is a big play if you're Vancouver. You need to keep this drive going. You don't want to get the ball in the hands of Streeter once again.
In the gun, Pepper, 5 wide. Quick drop, throws a seam. That one is incomplete. That's not going to happen. And a quick 3 and out from Louisiana's defense, exactly what the doctor ordered, and Vancouver will punt it away.
Another defense is down here, this time by the Revolution. And as these teams seem to be tidying up here, are the nerves getting to them? We'll see. I mean, this is playoff football. You can't make a mistake here. Special teams have come up with massive plays in this game, and we see another one here.
Punt upcoming. Punter lined up at his own 13-yard line, moves up to the 16 to boot it away. Fair catch called for at the 39-yard line. You take a look at Mike Coverson. He had a big impact in the comeback win against Atlanta last week, Gerald, and a great impact that he's made all season long for this Vancouver Legion team.
2 sacks coming into the playoffs, got 2 more in that game, had a humongous game. It was a big factor in the comeback there for Vancouver against Atlanta.
Under center, Johnny Pickler. Moving right to left across your screen. Pickler moves up in the pocket. He's in trouble. He's going to get taken down. A sack on first down as he held onto the ball too long. And speak of the devil, it's Mike Coverson with the sack.
Mike Coverson's like, hey, you're talking about me? Let me get one for you right now. What a play. And they're getting the ball out of Streeter's hands and putting it in Pickler's hands. And I think that's what you need to do. That's the formula for Vancouver to win this football game.
Split backs for Pickler. One of them is Reggie Streeter. Pickler moves up, throws, check down, has some room in front of him, and that is going to be a completion for 6, well, a little bit more than that. Make it 3rd and 6 anyway, as they'll have a chance to convert on the 3rd down.
Big play right now for both teams. Louisiana trying to get somehow get some points on the board, and Vancouver is trying to get the ball back in the hands of their offense to try to steal this game away.
That is going to be Pickler taken down again. 2 sacks on this defensive stand for Vancouver. Another one as it hits the turf, and another chance for Coverson to make an impact. He does so, and it's 4th down.
Coverson giving some lip to Pickler there. Unbelievable defensive stop for the Vancouver Legion, and that's just what the doctor ordered.
That makes the Louisiana Revolution 1 for 7 on 3rd downs in this football game. Punt, fair catch called for at the 23-yard line by Mark Lopez, and Vancouver has the lead and the football, trying to seal it away and take a trip to Sioux Falls to see if they can do it when we come back to Helma, Louisiana. Back inside the SFL quarterfinals, you take a look. Vancouver with a huge comeback, Gerald, against Atlanta a week ago.
As you see right there, the first touchdown goes to Rich Pratchett across the middle of the field, his office. And here is coming up is, I think, the play of the game that switched the momentum. The D Maddox pick six. You see, 28 seconds of it, scored 2 touchdowns in a matter of 12 seconds. Then later, as you see in the third quarter, at the 34-yard line, and as you see, it's Robert Redford off the left side, coming down there, making a great touchdown and basically putting the Atlanta Swarm to sleep as they come back from a 23-point deficit to win 41-33 in a classic.
May not have been as dramatic a comeback so far in this game, but they were down as much as 4 in the third quarter after Louisiana took the lead for the first time, and now they're up 6. Pepper, left side, looking deep, and it is tipped and incomplete. That was a dangerous ball. Nearly found its way to its target. Didn't happen. It's 2nd and 10.
I like the play call to try to get him deep there, but Pepper's been underthrowing that ball quite a bit. I'd like to see him throw more of maybe the 5, 8, 10, 12-yard routes here. Get the ball in the hands of your receivers like Pratchett, Killian, Finch, Walters, and Daly. Keep the momentum going here as I go 5 wide.
2 to the left, 3 to the right. 5 wide for Tom Pepper. With the lead in a 2nd down situation. 3-step drop, heaves it deep over the middle. That one's caught, and that was going to get them close to the midfield marker at the 48-yard line. It's Brett Killian making an impact.
Brett Killian coming up with a big catch as they just shy of midfield. As you see the pocket there. And you can have that much time for Tom Pepper. He's going to pick you apart. Great route there by Killian, and that gives them at least a little bit of breathing room here to open up the playbook a little bit more.
Over 100 yards now for Brett Killian receiving in this football game. 1st and 10. 3 to the right. Handoff. Redford, right side, broken tackle. He can't break 3, though, as the Revolution players get to him. It'll be a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7, but that clock continues to tick, tick, tick away.
Outside linebacker Blake B. Craze comes up, having a quiet game with 8 tackles, along with Evan Arthur with 8, Jeff Melanishin with 8. But this is the biggest drive for the Louisiana Revolution right now defensively. You need to stop.
Split backs, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Pepper has the football, handoff. Redford going to try to run through the gap in the offensive line. That goes nowhere. 3rd and 5. Craze, 2 straight plays, 2 straight tackles for him as he stops him right at the line of scrimmage.
At 3rd and 5 come, you have the playbook open here. I love to see Pratchett across the middle or maybe on an out here. Get the first down.
In the gun. To throw, 3-step drop, crossing pattern, and nearly intercepted again. Pepper, this one will hit the turf. That pass errant, and the linebackers come up big. It's Chuck Diesel on the inside.
Yeah, the big linebacker, he's come up looking for Daly, just stepped in front of the route. Luckily, that wasn't picked off. But now can the special teams for Vancouver, who has been playing lights out all game, can they pin them deep in their own territory here and force them to go the length of the field here to get the game leading score?
6:31 left in this 4th quarter of play. Both teams fighting for a chance to move on in these SFL playoffs. Sioux Falls awaits the winner. Punt upcoming. Louisiana's going to have another chance to get back in this football game. Fair catch called for at the 10-yard line, and that is where it sits at exactly the 12. So Louisiana with a chance to come back and at least get this game to within a 3-point score on this drive. But I think ultimately they got to be looking for 6 here, Joe.
Yeah, they got to be looking for 6 here. If you're Louisiana, you want the ball in number 34's hands. And if you're Vancouver, you're trying to stop number 34.
They've been trying to stop him all day at 4 touchdowns in this game so far. Handoff Streeter, going to try to rush through the hole. Good job by the linebackers to realize where he's headed, and he gets taken down after only a 2-yard gain. Just to kind of catch you up, first of all, appreciate you guys making us a part of your afternoon process here on this Sunday. Very, very good welcome to you on 11 Sports and for the fans as we get into the last game as we're in the last game of the quarterfinals for this season 15 of the Simulation Football League. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Right side. That one is caught towards the sideline, and he is taken out at the sideline, 3rd and 3 after a 7-yard completion. It's Chase Earl.
Vancouver Legion in this latter part of the third quarter and the early part of this fourth quarter has kept Streeter in check, forcing Pickler to try to beat him with his arm. And right now, 7 of 13 for only 53 yards and 3 interceptions. That's going to be your key right now if you're Vancouver.
Offset I formation for Pickler. Handoff Streeter. Going to try to get the edge. He has the edge. Got to break this tackle. He does. He's got some room to go out to the 33-yard line. 32 is where they'll mark him. That's a first down for the Revolution. Could not come at a bigger time.
Big-time players make big-time plays. And Reggie Streeter, you're a big-time player right here. Runs through the tackle of DeAndre Washington. And Evan Brackett, who's had to chase him down a couple of times in this football game after big plays, chase him down there with a big first down for the Revolution, and the clock ticks with less than 5:20 to go.
They're 1st and 10. On the right hash, 2 to the right for Pickler. As the football gets it out into the hands of Streeter, he's going to be taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 for no gain. Just to kind of catch you up, if you guys are just joining us, first of all, where have you been? Because this has been an absolute barn burner of a football game, and the lead has changed hands no less than 5 times in this football game at some points. As it's been nuts. It's been absolutely nuts from the word go. We had 42 points in the first half, as this will be through the middle for Streeter. Not much to it. 3rd and 6, and this is a very large 3rd down in scale for both teams as they try to figure out who's going to have the momentum going into the last couple of minutes.
If you're Louisiana, I believe this is 4-down territory here. You've got to get football at least to get a field goal here. If not, you're in deep trouble.
Offset I formation for Pickler. Big 3rd down. Backs it up. Throws over the middle. That one's caught. And he's got some room to go to the 25-20, 15-10 to the 5. And he's taken down at the 7-yard line. Nothing gets bigger than that for Louisiana as they try the comeback trail.
Mike Twin Screw there as they put plenty in the box, looking for help over the top, and it was late getting there. Mark Lopez, late getting to the coverage, was wide open, focusing on Streeter. They hit the bomb that they needed to hit, and now they can take their time with Streeter in the backfield. You don't want to leave too much time on the clock here. The touchdown doesn't seal it. A touchdown only gets you up 1 or 2 points here. A field goal will still win it. So you need to be careful here.
3:47 left in this football game. Louisiana knocking on the door. Pickler to throw. Throws. End zone. He's got it. That's a touchdown for the Revolution.
Touchdown by someone other than Reggie Streeter. A big time drive there, going 88 yards. And the backup tight end, Harold McNeil, running across the front of the goal line, makes a big play for the Louisiana Revolution. They are an extra point away from tying this, from going ahead in this tie football game. What a game.
And that'll put all the pressure on Vancouver at this point. 34 all, but they got to get the extra point first. Biggest extra point of Louisiana special teams career. High snap, handled well. Kick is on the way, it is up, and it is through. It's 35-34, and the crowd has come alive oh man, this is a crazy game, and it has been from the onset, and it's only 1 point separating the teams. Vancouver, do they have a hero on the roster?
I believe they do, but going back to that drive, that 57-yard pass to Mike Twinscrew, believe it or not, more than doubled Pickler's output for the game, and it could have come at a bigger time. But now let's see if Vancouver can counterpunch.
Mark Lopez with the football at the 25-yard line. He's taken down at the 26, and out comes Tom Pepper. Another big day for Tank Bennett on tackles. He also has a forced fumble in this football game as well.
Yeah, but you have 3:37, all your timeouts, and you don't need to put it in the end zone to win the football game. It would be nice But right now, you just need to get in field goal range and try to win this football game.
Pepper sees something to the line. It's a tight formation on the offense. Redford in the backfield. He will throw. Give it to Redford in the flat, trying to spin past one. It's a double spin past one and then gets taken down by the second. It's a 4-yard gain. Shout out to Benji Madsen in chat. Quote, can we talk to Cam about adding a few extra quarters to this game? End quote. That's a pretty good question, to be honest with you. I'd be down for it.
That's a really good idea.
It's 2nd and 6. 35-34. Vancouver has the football. 2 in the backfield. One of them is Redford. Pepper with the football handoff. Redford, he's taken down immediately. Great defensive play in the open field. 3rd and 5, and biggest third down of the game for either team coming up.
Blake Gray's the last 2 possessions for Vancouver has come up huge, and we're talking about it being 4-down territory for Louisiana. It might right now be for Vancouver.
Pepper to throw, left side, tipped and incomplete. That's a 4th down and decision time here for Vancouver. I'd say you probably have to go for it at this point, get it upfield.
I would think so. Another deep pass that was underthrown because they had Brett Killian behind the defense there. And I like the play call here. Go for it, because even if you're holding them to a field goal here, you're not out of the woods yet. 4th and 5, you need to hit Pratchett here across the middle here. Hit him on a slant.
Biggest play of the season so far for Vancouver. Pepper, left side, it's picked off! Louisiana gets the interception, and it's at the 50-yard line. It's Evan Arthur with the pick. 1st and 10, Louisiana back the other way.
The 4th interception here again. Once again, a ball that was underthrown. But it's almost like a punt with a decent return. They're at midfield here. If you can get 3 and out here, you can get the ball back with plenty of time, because you'll have basically 4 timeouts here with a 2-minute warning, but you need to stop Streeter and the Revolution right now.
This will be a Streeter fest at the moment. This will be a stop in the backfield, though. They get the tackle for loss, and it's 2nd and 11. The clock has stopped as Mike Coverson has gone down on the field, and he has not moved since the end of the play.
That is not a good sign there. If you are the Vancouver Legion, you see he comes up with a tackle, and as you said, he hasn't moved. He didn't move after that, so we'll hopefully get a update on his condition, but he made a big time stop there. Might be the last play of the game for him, but he came up huge.
2nd and 11. It's a good stop, but they still have to stop him a few more times, so they have to lean on the rest of the defensive players. Offset eye, handoff Streeter. You saw that coming. A big play in the backfield takes him down. Vancouver gets the stop they need on 2nd down and gets a couple of yards lost to boot.
Kyler Murray coming up with the stop, and believe it or not, even though you never see a player get injured, Mike Coverson's injury actually basically gave them another timeout there, so it actually helped out in their favor.
Maybe one more play before the end of the 2-minute warning hits, or will they hold it? They will indeed hold it. So we have 120 seconds left in this football game. Louisiana with a 1-point lead. It's the SFL quarterfinals on 11 Sports. And for the fans, stay with us. Back inside Stack Up Stadium, Louisiana trying to put this game on ice and secure a spot in the semifinals. As we welcome you back in, it's the SFL quarterfinals, 35-34 Louisiana. Reggie Streeter trying to get to the outside, has the edge, and he's going to not get the first down. He's knocked out of bounds, knocked towards the out of bounds marker as well, but Vancouver has to use a timeout because he did not quite get there. DeAndre Washington with potentially a first down saving tackle.
Unbelievable there. You got a little help from Mark Lopez to trip the feet up, but what an almost unbelievable first down run there on 3rd and 15. Streeter gets 13. Look at this. They might be going for the throat here.
This would be crazy if they get this. 4th and 3, sorry. No, it is 4th and 2. Can't read. That's fine. Offset I formation. Pickler is under center. They're going to try to waste more play clock, it looks like. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to draw Vancouver off sides. They don't do it. Louisiana will call the timeout, but it takes more time off the play clock at that point. 1:55 left in this football game.
Actually, with the timeout by Vancouver,
yeah.
Luckily the clock didn't run. They tried to jump them off sides. Great try there by the coach there, Mike Twinsky, trying to get the Legion to jump off sides, and great patience there and discipline by the Vancouver Legion not to jump off sides. Let's see if Walter Melanishin can pin them deep. Didn't work for Vancouver. They pinned Louisiana deep, and they scored on an 88-yard drive. So let's see what happens here.
Punt upcoming. Punter lined up at his own 43-yard line. Boots it from his own 46. It's going to bounce near the 10-yard line to the 2-yard line to the 1, and it's going to stop on the 1-yard line. Vancouver, to win this game, is going to have to march from their own 1-yard line to get into field goal range.
I think that was a mistake. They're not to try to catch that ball and call a fair catch. Pin yourself back in the shadow of your own goalpost. This is a big moment here. And we see a replica of the drive with Denver here with less than $1.50 to go.
See if Vancouver has a hero. Pepper, right side. That one's picked off. Back the other way. Louisiana's going to march to the semifinals.
Pick 6. And guess who? One of the people that have 2, and that's Rolliman Hood. Again, a ball underthrown, going long, and this time it really hurts the Vancouver Legion as Rolliman Hood takes it back to the house for a touchdown, but it's not over yet. The extra point only puts them up 8, so a touchdown of the 2-point conversion can tie. Do they go for 2 here? Nope, they are going for the extra point.
They're going to try to get themselves to an 8-point lead. You're exactly correct. Still 2 timeouts for Vancouver. Game not quite over yet, but it's close. Louisiana can smell it. Snap is good, hold good, kick up and on the way, it's up, and it is through. 42-34, it's an 8-point game with about 1:09 left. Oh, all right, so if you're Vancouver, let's reset one last time, as they have likely 4 opportunities, 4 plays, unless they get a first down or 2, to make this happen. With just 2 timeouts left in this football game, Mark Lopez is back deep. Tom Pepper needs to have a short memory. See what Lopez can do on this return first. Return from his own goal line to the 10, 15, right at the 20, the 23-yard line. They'll give him the 22 on forward progress, and that is where Pepper will come back out. They at least have nothing in their back, or just behind them, so no goalpost shadow. They're at least having some room to work. But now is the time they need to just march vertical and not horizontal.
I couldn't agree with you more. In back-to-back 5 interception games for Tom Pepper. They got away with it the first time. Can they get away with it here? They need to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion just to send this into overtime.
In the gun, Pepper to his left. Redford, Pepper in the gun by himself. Throws. That's going to be a fumble on the ground. Who has it? Ball is still on the ground. It looks like it's Louisiana that picked it up. I'm going to see where this ends up. It did not look like a catch. It looked like it just got knocked loose. Did the guard jump on top of it?
I think Jason Gray here came up with it. I don't know if that was a fumble or not, but what a hit coming up. I believe Vancouver still has the football.
Yeah, the booth is going to look at this, and that's no doubt. See if the ruling on the field is a fumble. So we'll see where it comes from and what it ends up as. This play, this challenge from the booth could decide the football game. You take a look at both coaching staffs there. No, there's no way he had possession of that. Not in a million years.
Nope, that can't be. That can't be a fumble. That's got to be an incomplete pass. He never had a chance to make a football move. But let's see what happens here.
After review, the receiver did have possession. It is
They-
therefore ruled a fumble. Second down.
Oh, it's called an incomplete pass.
Okay, so yeah, the what you heard on audio was not exactly correct. That's fine. It is going to be 2nd and 10. So Vancouver has another lifeline. As we thought it was going to be, it was ruled not possession. So it'll be a chance for Vancouver to work on offense. Split backs formation for Pepper. 2 to the left, 1 to the right from his own 22. To throw. Tipped. Nearly intercepted. That one was in and out of the hands over the middle, and Diesel was in the area as well. He got a hand on that football as well. It'll fall to the ground. It's 3rd and 10.
10. I disagree with the dual back set. I know you want to give Pepper some time here. But you got to go shotgun. You got to get some wide receivers in there. You got to get the first down here. If not, at least get 7, 8 yards here to make it at least a manageable 4th down.
5 wide. Louisiana crowd has not been louder today. Left side, deep, it's caught, and he's got a first down and more past midfield.
Big time play by Brett Killian. Again, Pepper with all time to throw. Finally throws the ball and doesn't underthrow a ball. You see a nice tight spiral there into the hands of Killian, and they're driving the football right now. There's still plenty of time on the clock. I believe 82 seconds. 1 timeout. You can still use the middle of the field here. Coming down here to a barn burner, Chris.
Yeah, the heart rates are pumping on both sides of the football right now, on both coaching staffs. Everybody in this crowd glued to their seats at the moment, trying to figure out who's moving on. 1st and 10 for Vancouver. 2 to the left, 2 to the right, 1 to the backfield. Chance for Pepper. Left side, checks it down. Has Redford. He's got a catch, and not much more than that, but he does get out of bounds. No, they're going to say he's inbounds, and the clock continues to go. Now it's no huddle.
No huddle here. You got to start moving. Got to be a little bit quicker here to the line here with less than 70 seconds to go.
Pepper to throw again. This one over the middle. A great reaction and a great jump. Will knock this ball down. It's Diesel with his hands on the football. Knocks it down. It's 3rd and long.
Coming into this into the playoffs, he had 12 pass deflections for a linebacker, which is pretty decent for an inside linebacker, but it's 3rd and 7 here. What do you do here? What magic do you have, Vancouver Legion? Do you have any left after last week?
Who's gonna be the hero? Who's gonna step up? Pepper has the football. 5-step drop, right side, tipped and incomplete. It's going to be 4th down and likely the last play of the game if Vancouver can't move it to a first down.
Bennett there with the deflection on another ball that was underthrown as the receiver was behind Tank Bennett. This is your season right now, Vancouver. You need to come up with a big play here.
Again, 2 to the left, 2 to the right for Pepper. Redford in the backfield. They're stacking the box with 7. Pepper to throw. Left side, going for it again. This one's picked off, and that is going to seal it. Louisiana in the spot to move on with less than a minute to go.
Evan Arthur, I believe, the 2nd interception of the ball game. And that, as you said, that'll do it, as Louisiana will escape with a 42-34 victory and end the Vancouver Legion season. But what a football game we had here this afternoon.
This was an absolutely crazy football game. Sioux Falls won in a more lopsided game against Jacksonville earlier today. But man, did we get a fun one here outside of New Orleans. Victory formation for Louisiana, and this will be the last timeout called by Vancouver. 52 seconds left, and this should be the last play from scrimmage coming up, the last kneel down.
7 turnovers for Vancouver today. That will not get the job done. Regular season, preseason, and especially the postseason. 7 turnovers, 6 by Pepper, one on the fumble kickoff return. They had their chances, and they just let it slip through their fingers.
And that'll be the last kneel down that we see, likely, as they'll get back to the line one more time. But we have to, kind of give our acknowledgments to the Vancouver season, as well as someone who will not be seeing the field next season for Vancouver, and that is the on-field character of Rich Pratchard. So again, our thoughts and condolences as we got through about half this season, and then tragedy struck, and you're gonna have to say goodbye to him one more time as their season ends. Huge shout out to number 86s. I want to see 86s all over chat right now if we can, and a lot of love for the Pratchard family and his impact that he's made on the SFL community. But as far as this game goes, Johnny Pickler, Louisiana, moving on to the semifinals, where they await Sioux Falls coming to them as we see the end of this football game. 42-34, the Revolution move on to the Final Four. It is Chris Curtis here, Gerald Giudice there. Gerald, your thoughts on this post game?
What a football game. As you see, 11 turnovers in this game. But all in all, it came down to the fact, with the turnovers, that the Vancouver Legion could not stop Reggie Streeter, who's definitely got to be your player of the game here. 28 carries. We have him down for 323 yards. Didn't need Pickler, 116 yards passing. Pepper, 330 from 39 of 53. But as I said, those six interceptions, hurts of Killian, 132 yards. In receptions, 10 catches. Robert Redford, 18 carries for 78. He also had a couple receptions, 18 receptions for 76 yards. But it all came down to that man you see on your screen right there. Reggie Streeter busting tackles, getting away from the defense, and just making an amazing game. 323 yards, not close to his record as he thought he was going to get, as Vancouver stopped him pretty much in the second half. But you just can't turn the ball over that many times.
Yeah, just a crazy game all the way through, back and forth seesaw battle that we saw for the majority of the first half. And then in the second half, things started to get really, really fun, as interceptions, and there was a fumble recovery as well. And it was just a really good game all around in Vancouver. Nothing to be ashamed of. Very good effort on the road in hostile territory against the Louisiana team that came in as number 3 seed in this playoff bracket. And they gave Louisiana all they could handle and more. There was a thought that Vancouver was probably going to take this, but not so much. Louisiana has to come back to get things done. But what a season for Vancouver, and Louisiana's season is not done. They take on Sioux Falls, as Sioux Falls will come to them in the semifinals. The other game is set as well. It's Baltimore traveling to Denver to take on the Denver Nightwings. That's your Final Four for Season 15, folks. Get your votes in now. Would love to see your conversation in the Discord channels and also in Twitch chat as we get into the semifinal weekend. That's all she wrote here from Louisiana. This is what a game held. Stack Up Stadium, a gracious host to this semifinal matchup. And Reggie Streeter, I think, Gerald, your player of the game as we wrap things up in 15 words or less.
Yes, I think Reggie Streeter is going to be your player of the game. And speed to Rich Pratchard, you will be missed.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. When you'll see Reggie Streeter on your screen one more time. For everyone here at SFL HQ, it's for Cameron Irvine, for our statisticians Tyler Falk, and for Mark Lopez and Gerald Giudice, I'm Chris Curtis saying goodbye and good night. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League. For more information, log on to simulationfl.net. Thank you and good night from Louisiana.